How's it going, NCW? We're here today with Jacob, also known as Troy Adams, and we're going to ask him a few questions about how he feels, thinks, and acts inside of NCW and what we do here.
One of my best memories from UCW that I brought here is the tag team of the New Cause. We had that in both of our versions of UCW that we had, and it was always me and Clash or Marcello in a team. Before we had it with more people, we always had it with at one time we had it with me, Clash. We had it with a guy named Hunter. We had Kevin Poison that you've seen one or two of the shows. We had Kazam in it once. We had a lot of people in it at one point, and it was a big team, and it was like one of the most legendary teams we've had in UCW. And then a rivalry that I remember is me and Icon. Me and Icon always had our rivalry in the old UCW, and now I'm starting to see it kind of continue into NCW, which I like so far.
Alright, yeah, and now we do see that rivalry flowering inside of NCW, and it's great to see the transition, bringing back memories. And if you guys haven't, go and check out UCW. They have their channel, UCW Barrie. Check it out. They're on YouTube from a while back. It's pretty cool. So, now that we're inside NCW, for the latest things that's happening with Troy, what are your thoughts on that? For the latest things happening with Troy, what are the big events and all that kind of stuff?
The latest stuff. Mostly, I like where Troy is going. I like that, I'm starting to make my way up in the rankings, starting to work with the more of main eventers, let's say. I'd never really faced Austin too much in UCW. I did a few times, but not too many times. And I like that, we're starting to see me and Austin on camera a little more. I'm hoping that we can have a few matches pretty soon. And as well as Martinez. I didn't really face him all that much in UCW either. But now with their new pay-per-view coming up, it's going to be me against Martinez if Clash doesn't show up. And I think that'll be a pretty good match. We're both pretty good competitors, and, Martinez takes stuff real seriously. So let's hope he has a good match.
Yeah, and let's hope you guys have a good match. That would be a good show, right? So, okay, so speaking of Martinez, that brings up a little bit of the New Cause thing. So, I'd like to hear your thoughts on, from the mind of Troy. Why the break? Why the separation? Why to take your own route?
Well, it's always been me and Clash together. We always know each other. We always know each other are good competitors. And we know that, we know we're both competitors, so we don't really want to face each other. We know that's going to be, a hell of a match for each other. So we think sometimes your biggest enemy should be your friend, and you should be working with your enemies. So me and Clash are friends at the same time, but we are enemies because we know that if me and him face each other, it's going to be too much for each of us. So we're keeping ourselves together. But Martinez, we know that we can take him out. We know that he's unneeded. He's like the weak link. He was dragging us down, and we didn't really want him to be the world champion. He's not fit for a world champion. He's not charismatic. He's just Martinez. He just fights and that's it. Nothing. Doesn't say anything. You see A-Rod. He's out there already talking all the time, and he's showing that he's a champion. He's showing that the champion shouldn't fight unless he's getting paid the right amount. That's how a champion should be. Champion should know how good he is. Martinez, not very good. He got taken out, and if he was so good, he should have fought back Austin when he cashed in his Money in the Bank. He should have fought him back. He should have won the title, but he had the option to win. He didn't. He's just dead weight. We didn't need him.
So yeah, the question is, we haven't seen Clash around too much lately, and you let go of the dead weight, which was Martinez, and he's fallen down further and further in, and hopefully he can rebuild himself. And we'll probably see more potential from him. He'll be hopping in here and there, so we'll see what happens there. Alright, we talked about the memories with UCW. We brought it into the rivalries and the breaking up of an old iconic crew. So, since your joining of NCW, which was around episode 4 or 5ish,
Yeah.
6, episode 6. From there up until now, what would be your favorite match?
Favorite match? So far, I don't know. I haven't had too many matches so far, so I haven't really been able to do too much. But like, per se, I'd say like one of the favorite matches that were just like edited nicely, but I wasn't really into much, like doing too many moves or anything. I was kind of on the ground most of the time. Was the Martinez, Kazam, and I. That was a good match. I liked it, but I think me and Tien's match, for some reason, I really enjoyed. It was just nice reversals. We did some nice. We just had good ideas in that match, and I liked how me and Tien hadn't really faced each other at all yet, and we also hadn't been really wrestling on the mats very much. But instead, me and Tien took that day and thought, let's face each other, let's get to know each other more in the ring, and let's have a match. And I think it went pretty well, and we grew a little better together. We learned how to wrestle each other, and also we learned better to wrestle on the mats. And I think it ended up pretty well. We had a pretty good match. I loved the ending. It's a good idea.
Since we brought up the thing with Tien, do you think it was extensive for Troy to hit him with that much pressure at the end of the match?
I think for Troy being Troy, his persona, it was the right call. It's better to take out the people that could be a threat, and so you don't have to face them later in your time. Take out whoever you can to slowly get to the top, and just don't worry if someone's hurt. Just keep on going. Don't look back. So like it may have been a bad idea because that did hurt Tien. That took him out for a while, and then Martinez kind of escalated it. But it had to be done.
Do you have any long-term goals inside of NCW?
Honestly, since NCW started, it's mostly just been have fun and just enjoy my time. Long-term goal, like title-wise, I'm really hoping to regain the world championship because at one point, in UCW, I held it once, and it just so happened it didn't really go well, and that was right when the channel ended up getting deleted. And then, it happened again, and then that's again when the channel kind of failed, because, everyone was in high school, everyone was just trying to, get everything back in working order with themselves and everything, and that just kind of failed again. And then the last one, we were hoping to let me win it for a little bit again and finally have my gold. But then it just sort of slipped out of my hands, and UCW just kind of broke off because just personal issues again. And also, a lot of it was me. I had too much stress on my plate at the moment. I was the one filming. I was the one that was at my house. I was the one editing. I was the one doing most of the things. And I don't know, I couldn't take the pressure at that time, so I just kind of gave up on that. And I like it in NCW. I want to have less pressure on myself. Like, I want to still pressure myself to do better, but I don't want to pressure myself so much that I just can't come. I don't want to show up anymore. I don't want to wrestle. So I just really want to enjoy my time.
All right. So working towards the title, and that has been a goal, like you said, for a little while for you. So, if that is a long-term goal for Troy and Jacob, what are the short-term stepping stones that you're going to take to get there?
Well, short-term, right now, I want to have some matches with just people that I really haven't fought before. I want to get to know people better. I want to learn in the ring people like Rondo and Siobhan and even Tien. I just sort of want to just get to know them a little more in the ring, especially, and just make sure I can fight every single person I can fight, and be okay with wrestling them. Even Clash, we never have really wrestled each other that much, but I think it would be good to try, and maybe just to get a few matches in, and just because I don't remember the last time I fought Clash. I can't even remember. It's probably been years. We never really ever even do moves to each other on the trampoline because we've always just thought of each other as a tag team or at least an alliance. So
The off season is happening right now. We have maybe a few more filming days left where we're gonna get actual matches in. So, what are your plans for the off season to fulfill the goals and to move towards what you want in NCW?
so far in my off season, all I know is I'm going to be working a hell of a lot. I have a full-time job at the moment, so anytime I'm free from that, I really want to starting to get going to the gym, starting just to work out, just make myself feel better. So a lot of times after my matches, I'm winded. I'm done, and I don't want to wrestle again. So like I don't know. I want to get working my body a little better. I want to at least make sure I can go through a few matches well and not be dead. I want to still have some energy left. I need to just, I don't know, maybe lift some weights, get stronger, be able to lift Icon and Martinez at the same time maybe. And also I have my YouTube channel that, I'm hoping to kind of get better at, trying to put out some more videos, stuff like that, get it noticed a little more. If you guys want to check it out, it's 705 Garage, all one word. Yeah, it's just me working on my car. I want to also, on my off season, I need to fix a lot of stuff in my car so I can actually make sure I get here.
Guys, we got an awesome interview today with Troy and Jacob. So we're gonna end that for today, and we're gonna have a second interview coming up very shortly. And if you guys, we made a Twitter account so you can check us out at NCW Barrie, and our Facebook channel, Nonstop Championship Wrestling. Check them out. All right, guys. Thanks.